Day 3 of my camera is still broken and I don't know why. Man, this is just so amazing. I really need to find something else that I can use for gameplay because I think I'm still going to be playing Hololive Cure for this video. I'm not really sure. I may change my mind halfway through, but that's what I think I'm going to play. And I'm like, man, I should really go and just play something else. Maybe I should just copy Slop Alive and just play Fall Guys. But then remember, for me to get that game, I'm going to need to download the Epic Game Store, and I really don't want to do that because it's still extremely bad, even though I don't even know how that's possible. But you know who's also extremely bad? Nintendo. 4 days in a row, 10 out of 10 transitions. So you better subscribe because of that, because I know you knew that was amazing too. But yeah, Nintendo's absolutely garbage company, and they just do terrible things to their fans. I still believe that they do not care about their fans at all, okay? And the only reason why they're able to get away with this is because their video games are just so good. Like, I'm sorry, it's not my fault that they release amazing Fire Emblem games, Zelda games, Mario games, basically anything that they own. I truly think Nintendo have the best lines of exclusives, which is why they just keep on getting away with treating their fans terribly. And not so long ago, Nintendo decided to shut down a whole company. Yes, completely just get rid of them from existence, send their tormentors to their location, command grab them, and blast them straight to the Sea of Screams, where they're just never going to be heard of ever again. I mean, at this point, they may have just been sent to Tartarus because they decided to mess with Nintendo, and the company that I'm talking about is Yuzu. Now, if you don't know what that is, this is an emulation software which allows you to emulate Nintendo Switch games, and I also think they allow you to emulate 3DS games too. And this is something that I'm 100% fine with. I know there's a lot of Nintendo fans out there who just hate the idea of emulation. They think the split second you do something like that, you're a terrible human being who's not supporting the billion-dollar company, which is something that I don't agree with, because I believe if you buy something like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which currently right now I'm holding the case, but I have no idea why I decided to go and get it, because there's no camera, so you can't even see me holding it, so I could literally be lying. So just pretend I'm holding Mario Kart 8. You know, if I buy something like this physically, I should be able to do whatever I want with it. And if I want to take this and emulate it on like the Steam Deck or something else, I should be able to do that because I spent $60 to get the game. Now, the main reason why suddenly out of nowhere Nintendo wanted to get rid of this company is because of what ended up happening to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This was a pretty big situation, and it happened a couple weeks before the game came out. People were actually able to leak the code of the game online, and a lot of people were able to get access to it early before it officially released. Now, obviously, that's extremely bad. Now, all of those people who basically pirate the game have no need to buy the game officially, and Nintendo is extremely angry because they want to get their money. I still don't know what ended up happening to the guy who ended up leaking it, but I'm pretty sure he's running away for his life, because I know for a fact if he have not been found yet, Nintendo's probably sending Homelander, no, maybe every single superhero who works for VOT, trying to find this guy so they can go and get absolutely clapped, and Nintendo literally put someone in debt for the rest of their life. So I have no clue what horrors await that person, whoever they are. So they're probably running for their life. But when that ended up happening and the game got leaked, tons of people were able to play the game early, and a lot of them were emulating it too. So they're using stuff like Yuzu so they can go and do that. And that's the main reason why Nintendo's angry at the company, because they ended up suing them, claiming that because people were emulating Tears of the Kingdom with Yuzu before the game came out, they made Nintendo lose millions of dollars, and they want the whole thing to be shut down. That's basically the speedrun reason why Nintendo is extremely angry. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not a lawyer, so I have absolutely no clue if Nintendo is legally right. They could 100% be. I don't know anything about it, but I don't really see how that makes any sense, because how is it Yuzu's fault that people decided to use their emulator like that? Because something that a lot of people ended up bringing up is that Tears of the Kingdom did not work on any emulator when people were trying to play the game early. It was running like garbage, and the only reason why people were able to play the game on stuff like Yuzu is because people in the community made patches so the game could be played. That's not Yuzu's fault. They didn't make people play the game early. That's the pirators who decide to use the software to do that. That's like I sell bread in the store and someone decided to take the bread, attach attach it to their fist and like beat someone up with it, and then you say it's the bread company's fault for making the bread. That's probably just an extremely bad analogy. That actually just makes no sense. I don't know why I said that like that was going to be extremely smart, but I think you get the point. I think it makes no sense that Nintendo is trying to go after them, but obviously the company absolutely lost, and when this lawsuit ended up getting revealed, it only took like around a week for them to come down with an agreement, because not so long ago Yuzu ended up posting this on their Twitter, basically releasing an announcement saying that yeah, we're done. Now the announcement that they did release is really bad. I mean, a lot of people are saying that you can tell that as they're typing this down, someone is just behind them with a scythe around their neck saying like, hey man, you sound a little bit too suspicious, I'm automatically going to start pulling, and then, you know, it's game over for them, because it just seems extremely bad. Like them saying, we didn't know that if we made an emulator, someone was going to try to pirate with it, which obviously makes no sense because I'm pretty sure they knew that. You know, it doesn't matter how much good intentions you have making a product, there's going to be one loser out there who's going to do something extremely bad, trying to ruin it for everyone. Now, this is just some extremely sad news, because this is something that you probably heard millions of people said, and I'm going to repeat it again. This sends an extremely bad precedent, because now Yuzu ended up getting taken down for this. Every other emulator under the sun is now extremely scared because they don't know if they're next. Now, this is something that I should have bring up earlier, but from the agreement that they ended up making with Nintendo, it looks like they didn't have to go to court, but Yuzu does have to pay them $2 million, which is absolutely insane. That is going to be a lot of money for them. Absolutely nothing from Nintendo. They probably make $2 million every single day, but for Yuzu, it's probably not going to be looking good for them. But either way, this is just an extremely sad situation, and just another example of Nintendo being absolutely garbage, just taking down the emulation software for absolutely no reason. But hey, I'm not even surprised at this point. This is Nintendo we're talking about, and they just hate their community. Now, another thing that a lot of people are bringing up is saying that this is bad for the preservation of video games, because I think we all know that stuff like the Nintendo Switch and any gaming hardware just isn't going to last forever. Emulating is one way to make these games last forever, so people can play them 10, 20 years in the future, which is something that I do agree with. One example that everyone used, because it's a really good example of this, is Metal Gear Solid 4. This is currently a game that you can only play on the PS3, and we're starting to reach a point where that generation of consoles is becoming prehistoric. You're gonna have a higher chance finding like Siren Head in real life. Wow, that was an extremely old reference. I'm pretty sure some people don't even remember what that is. You're gonna have a higher chance finding him in real life than actually finding a PS3 that has the game and it still works. But either way, this is extremely bad. Every other emulator is probably extremely scared right now, and just another example of Nintendo being Nintendo. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. This is just something that I want to talk about. Let's hope my camera actually starts working soon, because I really don't like making videos like this. I prefer to actually be there, because now I just look like some clone of you-know-who. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.